Gentlemen, good to see you both. Thanks so much for your time.
Good to
Hey
see
man.
you. How you been, bud?
I've been doing well. I'm doing well. Kim, good to see you as always. A project like this that, there's so much kind of going on. It's such an important show. From an acting storyteller perspective, you could see it as two journeys, right? Before filming and then after filming, or does it feel like one big journey for you with multiple steps, Kim? I'm curious about that with this show specifically.
Well, I don't know, Pete. I don't know how to answer that because, hey, how do you answer that? I mean, Pete, slow down. What do you, yeah. First of all, it's been 2 years in the making, Pete, right? So I'm just trying to remember what did my boots look like? No, look, honestly,
And maybe it was two journeys. I don't know. I'm sorry. We'll
it,
move to
it,
Dane. I apologize.
You'll never be sorry, bro. That was awesome. No, look, you do what you always do. You get an offer, you think about the offer, you accept the offer, then you do research on the offer. Certainly when you're playing Brigham Young, you do. And then you encompass his look, hopefully his feeling, stuff that I can maybe bring to this project because I'm not a Mormon.
Yeah.
So, and I've known a couple of Mormons that I did some research with, and I asked them all sorts of questions, and they only didn't answer one question. I said, you don't have to answer anything if you don't, think it's too far this way or that. And so I learned a lot. But to now share this violent piece of history that actually happened with the acting and the elements and what Dane goes through physically is just like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
And Taylor and Betty, I don't know. I'm just really proud of it. And it's a very dark piece of survival that has its beauty and hope as well.
Absolutely. Last time we spoke, Kim, we kind of manifested it because you said there was an unknown project we were going to talk about in the future, and here
This
we
is
are,
it,
right? So,
baby. This is the one, Petey.
absolutely. Dane, it's good to see you. I do want to ask you specifically because, you have such an incredible body of work, different worlds with different characters. Chronicle is one of my favorite films of all time. How separate are past journeys for you compared to something like American Primeval? Like, do you bring kind of mindsets or preparation to past projects like Chronicle, Cure for Wellness, to something like this? They're completely separate once you wrap them, because it is storytelling at the end of the day as well, right? It's all storytelling.
Well, I don't really think of myself as a storyteller, honestly. Just like an actor and a doer, and I think my job is to play the character. I think it's other people's job to tell the story. But I, when a project's done, I always kind of like put the character to rest.
Yeah.
I live with that character for a long time. I fall in love with them. They will always be a part of my life, but I don't carry them on to the next project. And I think it's important to me to try to have, an individual journey with each project. There's certain things I always
Yeah.
do in terms of the way I work on things. But from one character to the next, they're all very different people to me, all of who I love very much.
Absolutely. You are a storyteller, and you're a very good storyteller, I have to say, by the way. Just in my books.
That's right.
Kim, before we wrap up as well, I mean, I bet you there's kind of a long list, because I feel like learning experiences on projects, whether you've been on a project one time or thousands of times, there's always going to be new kind of learning experiences from a storytelling acting perspective. Is there one quickly on the top of your head from working on this show that you'll take for future projects specifically?
Well, of course, I'm playing a real guy, right,
Yeah.
Petey? I'm playing a real guy. And not only just a real guy, I'm playing Brigham Young.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he was, the prophet of all prophets after Joseph Smith died, that he
Mhm.
became the prophet that saved the religion. So I'm playing a guy that to millions of people around the world, whether all of the Mormon population sees it or none of them do or some of them do, I want to try and do, what I've read about him to justice. I want to bring his look, his mannerisms, the way that they talked about him in certain biographies that I was reading, and then Peter and I would share different things that I would say that came right from a biography, and we would add it into the script. So those little things were important to me. And then at the end of the day, you just can't be afraid to fail, and I never am afraid to fail. So
No, absolutely.
hopefully I didn't on this one, and people can learn from it. And what a slice of American life, hey, Petey? What? Whoa,
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely. January 9th, rolled on Netflix. Gentlemen, it was an honor, privilege to speak with both of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Petey.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.